friends. How is life going in these times of pandemic?
Well, this beautiful day is going wonderfully for me. And you, Ricardo?
I sincerely feel bad about the excessive worry that the teachers leave us. I no longer have time to do anything.
I agree with Ricardo. I think that in these times the mental and psychological pressure of jobs and tasks has increased.
It is true. Communication with our families has decreased considerably.
I think we lack emotional well-being. Emotional well-being is how to recognize and express your feelings and how to deal with them in ways that contribute to your treatment and your recovery.
Speaking of emotional and well-being, they have already seen to the work of the Community One and its capsule info.
Can I see?
Hi, today we will talk about vulnerability. Our talk is based on the work of Brené Brown, emotions research.
We consider that the biggest impact of this pandemic has been on our health, mental and physical.
Many students face difficulties to continue his studies for different reasons.
All this made us vulnerable. So, my question is, vulnerability means weakness?
Vulnerability means being exposed to harm, physical or emotional.
It is also the only possible path to the other.
We are afraid of rejection from the ones around us.
That constant concern for others' opinion keeps us captive.
As if vulnerability was the worst thing ever.
Brené Brown invites us to face shame and to fall in love with our imperfections.
Let's stop complying with certain stereotypes that society imposes on us.
Vulnerability is about connecting from our human condition, perfectly imperfect.
Wow, how surprising and exciting TED Talk.
I found it very interesting, but in our community, we made an informative capsule which deals with adolescents today. Let's see.
Journaling, based on daily recording of emotions, it helps getting in touch with yourself, concentration, creativity, and reduce anxiety.
Breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing concentrates on inflating your abdomen. It helps you better oxygenate your brain and to relax. It also promotes concentration, reduces anxiety, and you sleep better.
Visualization. This technique consists of connecting images with emotions. Imagine different situations in detail. It also helps you improve emotional self-regulation and provide well-being.
Interesting, right? Remember that any of these can replace professional treatment. Mexican government makes available to you the support line at 911, where specialists will give you the support you require.
Tasha, what did you think of our work? How great is it?
Yes, I found this fact very surprising that we have been ignoring all this time.
Speaking of communities, just yesterday the Community 3 sent me their podcast. Do you want to hear it?
Yes!
Yes!
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for listening to our episode of our podcast and coffee and book.
It is a pleasure to have you here. Today, we will talk to a scientific of emotion, Dr. Mark Brackett. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Doctor, what is permission to feel about? Who should read it?
Well, I had a great uncle who allowed me to feel, and it was life-changing. He saw me for who I was, instead of who he wanted me to be. Parents, teachers, and students can benefit from the book.
Wow, it's an amazing. And tell us what does RULER stand for?
The acronym is to become a scientific of emotions, recognizing, understanding, living, expressing, and finally regulating.
If you don't have permission to feel, go get it. The book we all should be reading.
Thanks, Dr. Brackett. We love having you here.
My pleasure. Thanks.
Oh dear, that's a good podcast. Look at the infographic of the community for. Let's see it.
Hi, I am Pablo. We are going to talk about fear, how it arises and is activated when it detects a possible real or supposed threat, how we can avoid, identify your type of fear. If you fear imaginary or non-existent things such a monster, you fear imaginary and avoid running away from your fears.
Hello, I'm Ernesto Jimenez and I will explain what is the difference between emotions and feelings. Emotions are psychological reactions that occur spontaneously and automatically. Instead, feelings are our interpretation of those emotions and can be regulated by our thoughts.
Oh, that detailed and wonderful infographic. I like it.
Please be my blessed redundancy. I happened to tell you that community number 5 had already sent me the information about the social networks.
See share screen.
Many teenagers seek acceptance in society on the social networks. This is not healthy for them. Their self-esteem lowers and they tend to get depressed.
Can you put that cell phone? We're at the table.
I can. I'm looking at the new trend. I have two. All the girls in my school do it and they are popular.
You don't have to be like everyone else, just to look with your friends.
I feel alone. I just wanna to be accepted.
We all believe that social networks are harmful to teenagers, but they benefit more than we all believe. There are many advantages to encouraging society to make a change.
We could create a campaign on the Facebook about caring for the environment.
Look, I made a poster with a name. It's time for the world to start breathing. What do you think? The new page about recycling garbage has been a success.
They lose interaction with their social and family environment.
I started to make videos on TikTok. I got 1,000 followers already. Now I must not stop or I will lose them.
Can you start to upload nonsense?
A week later.
Kiara, why are you crying?
I lost all my followers because of Alfredo.
Don't cry. I always be with you. I'm your friend. Promise that you will never obsess over a social network again.
I don't wanna go to school anymore.
What a good writing from our community partners 5. Now to finish, see the work that my community already did. Good morning, Mexico. I am Dasha Santoyo, and this is the Divine Comedy. And today is the day we have celebrities, and they are.
How are you, Good Mexico? I'm very happy to be here.
She is very excited to be here, but the issue is not emotion. The issue is the negative comments on social media. Our first question: how do you handle the social media?
The truth is that I do not pay much attention to its signs. I only know what I do.
I see Carolina. Some advice that you would give to the people who see you.
Don't get carried away so much by opinions. Continue no matter what they'll tell you.
We have to be clear is about bad comments on social networks. They can hurt or affect those who read them, and they can present psychological problems, or simple commit suicide.
And this is more common than many believe. For example, teenagers were the most likely to suffer them signs. Different people criticize. They cause physical and psychological damage apart from insecurity.
You can ignore them or simply not read them. Just read the posts that help you. Of course, our audience can follow it. You go through something similar. Even if you are not famous, there are also criticism in everything. Thanks to our guests. See you next week.
I feel that all the communities put in a lot of effort.
Me too. We'll talk tomorrow. Goodbye.
Goodbye.